Hey guys.
You can do the intro now.
Fun fact, Taylor's a dick. Hey guys, welcome to the Player 6 podcast. My name is Mark Jernigan. Today, it's like the first episode, which is super exciting. We're going to give a little bit of shindout about what Player 6 is, who we are as individuals, and, what we're excited about in the future. So, a fun quidbit for myself. Well, I didn't really think about it. I am a grade A homosexual. I guess people can just figure that out by looking at me, but, I mean, you're listening to a podcast, so, everybody's laughing. I'm just going to let Ambrose speak. He's sitting to my right. Ambrose, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Ambrose. Yeah, I mean, I don't really got anything else interesting about myself besides I found out I'm overweight from my doctor because my BMI.
There we go.
My BMI is 26.4.
Are you serious?
And they're like, yeah, you need to get a little exercise. So
You and I have like the same BMI.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh. Well, when they weighed me, they were like, "Oh yeah, do you know your weight?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Well, step on the scale." And I was like, "Should I take off my coat or anything?" And they're like, "No, that's fine." Oh, 198. Cool. We'll write that down.
Oh.
And so the doctor was like, "Yeah, you're not overweight, but you're kind of past that limit.
Oh.
So you should probably get some exercise."
All right. The fun quid bit about Ambrose is that he is slightly overweight. Braden.
Hi guys. My name is Braden. I am another grade A homosexual right alongside Mark.
Amen.
Multiple men.
There's 5 of us.
And it's already beginning.
Yeah, I like to bike, hike, all that fun outdoor shit, which is perfect for living here in Utah. Don't know really what else to say about myself, so here's Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric.
Oh, don't be shy.
I'm not shy.
You were like, hi.
I was unprepared because I thought that was going to go longer. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm Eric. I honestly didn't prepare for a little bit about myself either. This is
You're a
not
grade
so
B bisexual.
Grade B bisexual.
Oh, shots fired. Eric is a lovely individual.
I try. I try to be a good person, but that hardly ever works. That's my quote.
He is a spicy bitch. I will give him that.
Whatever that means. Anyway, Taylor, go.
Oh, hi. Okay, my name's Taylor. Fun tidbit about me. I don't like wearing shoes. Cool, Mark.
I also don't like wearing shoes. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about what we're excited about for E3, because, I don't know, is that still going on right now?
No.
Okay, so it's over. It just happened not too long ago. Honestly, I didn't pay much attention to E3. I was really most hyped about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, because I'm a Zelda fanboy. That's what my life is about. I watched probably 50 minutes of the gameplay that they released after that, and I like the fact that it looks a lot of the cartoon style from Wind Waker.
Oh, that's my favorite.
But I don't know if I like the quality of the textures, so I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. I mean, it's going to be an amazing open world, or as they call it, open air game, and it's going to be a release title for the Nintendo NX console, which is going to be really exciting.
Which means we gotta get an NX console.
Which we're going to get on the first fucking day, let's be honest.
I'm not gonna lie, I never paid attention to the Nintendo press conference, so I don't even know what the Nintendo NX console is.
That's because Nintendo didn't do a press conference.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nintendo was like, fuck everyone else, we're Nintendo.
Did they do their own thing?
They had an entire day dedicated to Nintendo,
Okay, see,
basically.
I didn't see their conference.
And they really haven't talked about their NX console. It's really the code name behind it. They've really been just giving like little tidbits and details about it.
They've been sneaking in hints.
It's really something that we don't know about. It's hopefully coming out next year, along the lines of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So, Ambrose, what are you excited about?
Well,
E3?
So I started my E3 day off watching the Sony press conference, and I'm not gonna lie, that intro song that they had going on was fan-fucking-tastic.
With the orchestra?
Oh, that was wonderful. One of the games I'm excited about is God of War. I've never played it.
Oh.
Never played it at all, and this looks like a solid one to get into. But
It's
Crash
really
Bandicoot, hands
Oh
down.
my fucking
Fuck everything.
God.
I'm playing it. Holy shit.
I have not played a PlayStation console since the original PlayStation because they haven't had shit on it. And then they're like, oh, here's Crash. And I'm like, well, now I have to get a PlayStation.
But when's Spyro coming back?
Oh,
When
yeah.
is Spyro coming
Because,
back?
I mean, this Skylander shit is garbage.
Did you not like Spyro, Braden?
Spyro was fun, but like Crash was my shit because it was like goofy and hilarious and like nostalgia and childhood.
Crash Bandicoot was on the PlayStation 1 was the first game I ever learned to play without having to look at the controller every 5 minutes. Like, I got to the point where it's like, fuck, I fell in a hole because I had to look down. But eventually I just kind of put my fingers there and I was like, God, got it. I felt so good. And then my disc got a scratch in it and I never would play ever again.
I'm glad Ambrose felt good about the finger play he got from Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, yeah.
Braden, did you look into E3 at all?
Yeah, the thing I'm super pumped about because it's super different and appeals to like my different taste in video games is Fee.
Okay.
Like I am so pumped for that game. Like the whole meaning behind becoming more one with nature and like the resonance of we're killing the world with our silence and so we need to make music. Just
That sounds really interesting.
It's
the game
deep.
is it's like very minimalistic too.
Yep.
Like it looks just smooth.
It reminds me a lot of Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yes.
That type of art
Yeah.
style. So it that art style to me was really cool. The little bit that I have played of Ori. So
I've always wanted to play Ori.
Mark swears by that game. It says
I
it's
have
so
it on my
good.
Steam account. It is, one, it's absolutely gorgeous, and
Yes.
two, I love the idea of a platformer and that type of playstyle. It's just my favorite game genre, and you get to explore all these different areas, and like there's a story behind it, which like it honestly makes you. It's sad. It makes you want to cry. Like from the beginning, it's like, oh, this is depressing, but I want to continue with the game because it's like this is really good. And
I need to know.
I need to know. Ori and the Blind Forest is fantastic. So if it's Fee is very similar to that, then I'm excited to see what that is going to turn into.
Yeah, like it resonates super deep with me. I'm big on the like recycling and taking care of our world because like we're on that path of silence, right? And this game is like this artsy, fartsy, nerdy way of being like, this is what we need to do. And I was like, oh, like no game in recent future, like the recent past, has like resonated with me like that, and I can't wait to play it.
Okay.
Speaking of resonated, Resident Evil 7.
Talk about that segue.
That's a great segue.
That was pretty good, right?
VR Resident Evil, like that's just gonna fuck me up.
I'm not gonna. I'd probably lose my shit. Normally I don't get scared of horror games. And I kind of like playing them. I played when I was playing the first Nathan Drake game or whatever. Literally, I stepped on a stone and it moved to the side and I jumped. I was not ready.
You're just a jumpy person playing video games.
Yeah. Like jump scares are my thing.
You got scared at the Allison Road trailer. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Fuck that game.
I think Ambrose needs to play that bullshit game you had me play, Taylor. The fucking clown, like the like.
Oh, Spooky's House of Jump
Yeah,
Scares.
Spooky's House of Jump Scares.
I watched the one I got you that was like 10 miles away. Fucking scared the hell out of me.
well, getting back to Resident Evil 7, is this going to be compatible with all virtual reality headsets or just specific ones in general?
That's a good question. I assume that it'll be on whatever markets that the game is on. So if it's on Steam, of course you can use probably Vive and Rift most likely. And then I'm assuming that it'll be compatible with PlayStation VR and Microsoft if they come out with one.
Okay.
I mean, there wasn't really a detail into it, but I'm sure it will come on whatever it can be played on.
Yeah.
I would assume.
VR's still new.
Yeah.
So what else is exciting about Resident Evil 7?
About Resident Evil 7?
It's Resident Evil.
It's first person, it's VR, and it plays to my extent. I don't play it that much Resident Evil, but it plays different. It plays more like a
horror,
a modern day horror game like Outlast or something like that, instead of being like third person. And
because like you and me, we've been playing Resident Evil. And that's
this cool co-op mode that we've been playing is terrifying.
So
which
you know how the feel of it is like running around and like aiming and stuff.
Mhm.
That's how most Resident Evils play. Like,
Oh god, that's
kind of
amazing.
arcadey.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
So like seeing that they're doing this first person thing, it's like, oh, what are they doing?
Which Resident Evil are you guys playing?
Revelations 2.
Which shameless plug will be coming out later this week on the channel. There you go. Oh, so tune back into that. Yeah.
See, there you go. But I think the first Resident Evil game I played was Resident Evil 5. I loved the shit out of it. It was good.
That was good.
I think the last Resident Evil game I played, I don't even remember what it was called. It was on my Wii, and I played it when I was like 12. And like you just kind of ran through, and all these like bosses and shit came at you, and it really didn't have a purpose.
It was like the House of the Dead playstyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
I forgot all about House of the Dead.
God, House of the
I
Dead.
love that game.
I don't know. So I'm excited for like to actually play a grown-up Resident Evil game.
I don't know.
A
It'll be
real
fun.
scary game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty solid.
Definitely.
Taylor, what are you excited about that happened at E3?
I don't know. I'm kind of pumped for Battlefield 1.
I don't know who isn't right now.
Only
Except for
because
Mark.
like I've tickled a Battlefield game, and it was Bad Company 2. And I played like a couple of missions in the story because a friend let me borrow it. And then that was it. That's the only thing I've played from Battlefield. And Eric has said that, like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's fun. You should get it. But Battlefield 1 really caught my eye because it was like World War One. We don't have a World War One game that's decent. So I'll play it.
How the roller.
So what console would you get it on?
Xbox One.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, I'll probably get it on there then.
Yeah.
You can have some squad footage.
Just because I have a PS4.
Yeah, we all have PS4s, right?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
yeah,
except for
doesn't.
Braden and Mark.
I don't have one.
I have an Xbox though, so
Speaking of Xbox, you know what pissed me off? The Xbox One S.
I'm so
Why is that pissing
excited.
you off? Why are you pissed about it?
Because recently I just bought an Xbox One, and then they're like, "Hey, here's this shiny new thing," and I was like,
Did you read about the console they're going to release for holiday season this year?
Scorpio?
Yes.
Project
is
Scorpio.
that the-
It's the most powerful game console ever created, is what they're selling it as.
Big hype.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is pretty impressive, let's be honest. But I am kind of upset that they decided to announce both of them at the same day, at the same press conference. Because I'm like, oh nice, slimmer Xbox, no external power supply. You know, some of the things that I hated about the Xbox One are now getting fixed, and I want one really bad, even though I already have a, day one Xbox One. There you go. Convoluted sentences. Like, all the things that I didn't like about it are being changed, so I'm like, oh, I should totally pick up this new one. And now I'm torn between getting, like, a 2 terabyte, slimmer one, or getting a more powerful one for later on. So
Yeah,
I think it really depends on the use cases, because
that's true.
Is the Scorpio the one that supports VR, or does both of them support VR?
Both of them will support VR. The main thing with the Scorpio that I can see is that it's very powerful graphics-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So games will be able to be streamed in 4K. Whereas the Slim can only do video in 4K. It can't actually do games.
It can't do graphics
So
processing.
you can watch like Netflix and shit
Yeah.
in 4K, but you can't play a
Render
game in
it,
4K.
yeah. Okay.
Whereas the Scorpio, you should be able to do 4K gaming,
That's crazy.
which I think is cool. And it'll be better to play VR and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
One of the things I did read about Xbox, and I don't know if this is true, but Microsoft is, they've been bridging the Windows and the Xbox worlds together.
yes.
And a lot of the rumors is that they're going to bring Xbox compatibility to Windows PCs.
That is actually one of the things that they announced and was really big at their press conference, was called Xbox Play Anywhere.
yeah.
So if you buy a certain game, which is basically any game that's exclusive to Xbox, you not only get the console version, but you also get a Windows version.
Okay.
Ooh.
And you can carry over your saves, you can stop a game and pick up on another, on each console, or each, I guess, console and PC. And it seems to be, like, kind of their push there is to make it more sociable, make it more interactive, which is weird to me, because if you have both consoles, you're not really going to have a decisive different friend group or anything like that,
Yeah,
really.
that makes sense.
At least in my opinion. But I think it's kind of cool.
I think they're going to do an even further merge than that, because I know the Xbox One now runs on the Windows 10 kernel, and so if they can just release one game, it'll both be available to play on both an Xbox One and on some kind of software export version of an Xbox One operating system on a Windows PC.
That makes sense.
So does that mean if it's going to be pretty much the same game, can they just make it for PC, and then with the Xbox One Scorpio coming up, they can essentially just be like, yeah, here's a slightly less graphic intensive version, but you still have awesome graphics in there?
I would assume that would be able to happen.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
One note, though, and something that I'm kind of not liking about it, because I personally have been wanting to play more PC games, because I grew up on PlayStation, I slowly morphed into like a PlayStation and Xbox, and now, for some reason, slightly more Xbox. I think it's the achievements, honestly. But I've been wanting to pick up PC gaming a lot more, and this Xbox Play Anywhere seemed really cool and something that I could totally get behind. But then they're like, it's only digital games. So if you go and play, pick up a physical copy, then you're kind of shit out of luck for, you have to buy it twice, I think. Which is kind of crappy in my opinion, but also understandable, because I'm sure it's kind of more costly to them to ship 2 discs or something like that, so.
That's, I don't know, it really sucks for gamers like me, though, that like to go pick up the hard copy.
Yeah.
I hate digital downloads. There's something cool to me about, going to a Best Buy or a GameStop and, picking up the game and, getting it home and taking the plastic off.
And having a physical copy.
Yeah,
satisfying.
and, it sits below my Xbox on a shelf, and they're all lined up, and it's that's my collection.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, with my PlayStation, that's how I am. Like, I have all of my like physical copies. But when I got the Xbox, because I got the Terabyte edition, and Eric, you told me to get the Terabyte edition because you have more space and you're gonna need it. I got home and I went and got the games for gold. I downloaded 2 of those, and then when I bought Black Ops 3, I installed that, and I had 500 gigs left already, and I was like, where the hell did this go?
Right.
But
No, it also sucks because like I am super into the collector's edition games, like especially games I'm super passionate about.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'll buy the collector's edition almost no matter what the price is. And now that I have the majority of my games are digital games, so like it doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. I like digital games because I have my console shared with a buddy, and so every game I get, he gets, and
That's a valid argument too.
then we can play it together. And it's like, oh, cool. Well, now I don't have to ask him, hey, get this game, because it's like, I already got it.
yeah, I also like the aspect of digital games where you just have to download it, and then you can switch between them, and you don't have to worry about finding the game or having to go through opening it and putting it in and stuff.
Get a new
I don't know,
Xbox.
Yeah,
Slip it in.
yeah, that's what she said.
Oh.
Oh,
Sexual innuendo.
got
The
it.
first sexual innuendo
We should have
of
a
the
sound effect
episode
for
one.
that.
We'll come up with that. We'll also have like a counter.
That
We'll
sounds
see if we can break records.
Oh man.
Oh.
Let's,
There we go.
Let's not do that. Let's not make this a curse off.
A curse.
Oh, I
think you
will win.
Okay. Real quick. Anything else that's exciting? So I have a list of everything that I found exciting, surprising, or
Well,
kind of disappointing.
one of the games that I'm super excited about, but certainly wasn't announced at E3, is Yooka-Laylee, which is being developed by former Rare developers. It was not announced at E3. This has been in development for a long time. They created a Kickstarter page to get some support, and they made a bunch of money on their Kickstarter, and I even put some money into it because playing Banjo-Kazooie, that is my favorite game in the world. Like Nintendo 64, that's my jam. And to the fact that this game is being developed by former Rare developers is amazing. And like I mentioned earlier, I love platformer games, and it's going to follow that same exact recipe. So I'm so excited for that, and that will probably be coming out in the next year as well.
Definitely. That's awesome, actually. I, for one, have never really been into those, but I understand the amazing amount of fandom that came behind basically anything that was created by Rare. So it's cool to see.
Rare is such a unique... Well, it was such a unique studio back then before Microsoft turned it into a shitstorm.
Shots fired.
Good old Microsoft.
Are you familiar with Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Yes.
Okay. That was one of their gem pieces of software that they released.
I might have to pick up Rare Replay on Xbox.
Yeah. I think that has Banjo on it.
Yeah, it has Banjo too.
I don't even know how many times I've beaten Banjo-Kazooie. 100%.
Too many times.
Too many times.
You know, that's honestly one game I never touched.
Really?
Yeah.
I have
really.
honestly have never played it either.
I played some of the earlier ones. All I remember is playing it, and I was like, yeah, I feel really good about this game, and then suddenly, I'm grown up and I don't remember anything. So I mean, there's that.
Well, speaking of old games and playing Rare and Nintendo and things like that, the Nintendo 64 just had, their 20th anniversary?
20th anniversary, I think 2 or 3 days ago.
That is ridiculous to think about.
That makes 4 of us in here older than that console.
That makes all of us, actually.
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
Taylor will still technically be older than the console.
Wait, what year?
Depending on the
Technicalities.
month that it came out.
Yeah.
It was it was 2 days ago that it would turn
So-
20.
Oh,
In
then
June.
So that all of us are officially older than
Yes.
the
Okay.
N64.
I'm older than it by 6 months.
Did everybody play the Nintendo 64?
Oh, yeah.
That was the first console that I ever had.
Okay, thank the Lord.
I take that back. It's the second console I ever had, but it's the first one that I actually loved.
So,
The first one I had.
funny story about old Nintendo consoles and me. I never had an N64 because all my friends had it, so I just played there. But my cousins had an NES, so that was actually the first console I
Very
grew
nice.
up on.
Very nice.
And blowing into the cartridge and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bullshit that you're not supposed to do. It clearly says on the thing, but
I think so.
You do it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a rebel as a 5-year-old playing NES.
I think one of the strangest things about when I first interacted with the Nintendo 64 was the controller.
Oh, the
Like,
controller
I
was
could
so
not figure
shitty.
out how to hold it for the life
Yeah.
of me. But I do remember playing, was it 007 GoldenEye on that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that was
God.
solid. Oh
Goldeneye
my
was
god,
the
that was so
on,
good.
on top of the controllers, I hate the argument when people alright, so there's of course the pissing war between Xbox and PlayStation users, right? And people were always like, oh, the PlayStation controller, at least PS3, PS2 controller, so small for my hands, blah blah blah. And they're meant to be held differently, and I didn't know that for the longest time, but I instinctually held them the right way apparently. But the Nintendo 64 controller pissed me off. Even as a small child, like I hated that controller because
it's-
it didn't make sense.
It's a really confusing controller.
Yeah, and then after figuring that out later on about the Xbox and PlayStation controllers, it finally dawned on me, wait, maybe I was doing this wrong the whole time. And I was.
Oh.
How are you supposed to hold it? I always
I-
held it with like my hand, like the little arms that come down.
Yeah.
I always held it like that.
It's,
But I mean,
it's
like-
supposed to be left on the middle, right on the right.
Yeah.
Oh, like out here, like
Mhm.
No, like, so it's got the 3 horns, right?
yeah, right.
So you put your left hand on the middle horn, like
With
you're
the
grabbing the
joystick.
dick
Right.
with the joystick and the Z trigger, and then your right hand goes on the right part.
You don't
Okay, so I was
control
doing it right.
Yes, so we're doing
But
it
you
right.
had those buttons on the left side, right?
Yes, not many games use them.
That was a D-pad?
Yeah, the D-pad and the left
The left trigger.
bumper.
Yeah.
But most games use the Z as.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm glad I was using it right the whole time. So, I mean, there's that.
Makes you feel better.
Yeah, it does.
I think the Nintendo 64 was one of the longest running consoles that Nintendo ever had besides the GameCube.
I mean,
Oh.
I still have my GameCube. Like, shit.
The GameCube is officially collectible as of like a couple years ago. If
Oh,
I
wow.
remember that. Yeah, their price, like if you wanted to buy one, it jumped up like crazy after that because
Yeah.
it was so good. They're so popular, I guess. What were Mark? You mentioned Banjo-Kazooie
Yes.
being your favorite game.
Mhm.
One of I would consider the N64 is probably the most popular games. Did anyone else have an N64 game that they really liked?
Star Fox.
Oh,
Star Fox 64.
Star Fox 64.
yeah,
that was
Star
the
Fox. Like, I think I'm pretty sure I was playing Mario Kart on there.
Mario Kart 64 was good.
Yeah,
GoldenEye.
Mario Kart and GoldenEye. would be
My
mine.
my all-time favorite N64 game because I played the shit out of that game was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I fucking love that game, and looking back on it now, I was terrible on it, or at it, but it was so fucking fun,
Such a quirky game.
right?
I'm not gonna lie, my favorite was just Mario 64.
Mario
Like,
Mario
where
64.
it was like all 3D and super trippy.
I think that
and-
was the first 3D game that had ever come out.
That game taught me how to
I
read.
think so.
Or was it? Was
That
it?
game taught
No, I'm serious. So like,
That's amazing,
I'm like
actually.
3 years old and I'm playing this game, and I'd walk up to a sign and I wouldn't know what it says. So I turn to mom and be like, "Mom, what does it say?" And she goes, "I don't know. Figure it out." And then she walk away. It's like, well, thanks. So I had to piece things together and try
That's
to
actually
understand.
kind of really cool.
And so that's what got me into reading, and then
This just in: video games help you in your
Yeah,
life.
video
yeah.
games, not always that bad.
hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
I have this really distant memory of playing Super Mario 64, and I don't even remember how old I was. I must have been 3 or 4 years old. But I had turned on the console, turned on the TV, and for some reason the TV was on full volume. And back in the day, when you have those square projection TVs that are super heavy and super thick,
Yeah.
they're fucking loud.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know why. 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, my parents yelled at the top of their lungs for me to go back to bed, and I remember that because I just shut off the game and went back to bed.
I'm scared like a little
I-
child.
I think that was my first ever N64 game.
I had not really a similar like scenario happen, but playing Donkey Kong 64
Oh.
because that was my favorite N64 game. I think other than Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. For some reason, I used to get really upset when like people would talk about Mario because like I didn't like Mario growing up. Like to me, Donkey Kong was the Nintendo like mascot, no matter what anyone ever fucking says. And like there was this one time where me and my friend were trying to like he was over, we were playing the N64, and he put in Mario, and I heard the music from Mario 64 and just lost my shit. I was like, fuck this game, fuck this kid, like you're no longer my friend, like, and I like took it out and like threw it and like put in Donkey Kong. I was like, no, you play good games.
God damn.
Oh.
I was an asshole.
I think
Go ahead. Yeah,
oh well. Oh well. So I think one of my favorite childhood memories is it doesn't really pertain to the 64, but when I was playing the PlayStation 1, like I remember waking up as a kid like on the weekends at like 4 o'clock in the morning so I can go down and get all my gaming in before my dad came downstairs and kicked me off to do whatever the hell he was gonna do. Like they would just not let me play video games except for on the weekend because I wasn't allowed to play during school.
Yeah,
So I always had to
that's me.
maximize that weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, can we be honest? Speaking of like old consoles and shit too, like one of the most satisfying feelings for me on the PlayStation 1 was hitting that big gray button. like I don't care about the new like fancy ass Xbox button that's like doo 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 and it's not even a real button or like all that shit. But like on my GameCube, you press that gray button and like it kicks on and like has a startup screen and you're like, Like, that's just so satisfying. I don't know why.
The PlayStation 1 like startup screen, the music you got, that was my shit. Like, oh my god, it was good. Like, you have no idea.
I think that one and then the GameCube one as well.
Yeah.
Like the whole do-do-do-do-do, and it like makes the logo. That was really
I
cool.
remember-
That was pretty legit.
Do you guys remember figuring out the alternate noise on the GameCube?
Mine
when
was
it
an
started-
accident. I thought I fucked it.
Like, you bumped the Z button and then it starts making the, like, squeaking noise and the child laughs.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
was
not
like,
gonna lie.
what
I
the
didn't know
fuck?
that's a thing.
Yeah,
What?
That's, like,
Hey, Wilson, you're dumbfounded.
after this, I'm gonna go turn my GameCube on and show you guys. It's the creepiest fucking thing the first time because you don't know what's going on.
It's
They
like
don't.
rubber duckies. and then when the cube hits, it's just these kids laughing. You're like, oh, okay,
That's awful.
Satan has come.
Satan has
Time to turn this off again because I'm not playing it. Oh,
Wow,
God.
that's actually good to know.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It just.
Also, fun fact about the 64 Animal Crossing,
Oh.
or not the 64, the GameCube. Animal Crossing for the GameCube. You can put the disc in,
Oh
turn
yeah.
the game on, and then take the disc out because the entire game is loaded onto the 64 megabytes of RAM
Are you
and
serious?
played off of the RAM.
Are you serious?
The entire game.
What?
Holy shit.
It's the only game you could take out of the GameCube while
And
it's still
still
running,
play.
and
That's-
just keep playing.
That's impressive.
That's
Well, you can do the entire thing if you wanted to.
holy
Huh.
cow. That's remarkable.
Oh,
One more thing about the 64, at least for me, Pokemon Stadium.
Ooh.
That was I forgot about that game for a while, and I was like, that was.
I'm not gonna lie, I played one of the lamest Pokemon games on the N64, and that was Pokemon Snap.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
so sorry.
That was a real one. Okay, that one was fun.
I like Pokemon. Snap.
I mean, Pokemon Snap is fun, but it's nothing compared to like the entire franchise.
That I mean,
Was
That's true.
was Pokemon Stadium the one where you got to run around and capture the Pokemon that had been stolen or whatever?
No, that was
not the first one.
No,
I don't think so.
I think
because there was Pokemon, like whatever the first one was, and then there's Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I can't remember what the first one was, but that was my shit. I love it. Was so much fun.
Pokemon Stadium was one of I think the original one.
yeah, it was the one where it's just like 3D Pokemon just
Yeah.
Yeah, and you start off with Umbreon and Espeon.
yeah.
You just get to fuck shit up.
That's
Oh yeah, fucking Ludicolo. It's the most happiest Pokemon that I've ever seen.
Am I the only
Oh,
one
man.
here that was like super into the like card game and like the show and shit, but hates the Pokemon video games? Cause like I just get bored when you're standing there and it's like, oh, you press the A button and you wait,
Oh, you
press
break
the B
my heart.
button and you wait.
Oh, I love the games. I hate the card game. I've never learned how to play it.
Card game's confusing.
Yeah, but I do love
I
the
collect cards.
original Pokemon shows. And
The
then,
shows
I
were
do
my
like the
favorite.
original Pokemon shows too, and to be honest, I never played a lot of the games or the card game. My brother had Pokemon cards, and I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh was
Yu-Gi-Oh, that's what it
The
was.
shit
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
I had the little battle thing you put on your arm.
You had that battle, like
the
oh,
I'm not
the
gonna
battle
lie.
wristband thing. I fucking got that.
Completely free of shame. I had 5 of those.
I had 2.
For all 5 of your arms.
serious? Eric is.
I had 5 of them because I wanted like every model of those that came
Oh, I
out.
didn't.
Arm-
I didn't know
they came out.
Arm-
I only got to like the
dick.
original. Like,
There was
Red
like
Blue or,
there was like the original one, and then one of the movies came out, and they made one for that, and you could go to like the movie and get like specific cards. I watched the movie 4 times to get all 4 of them.
man.
when Pokemon the movie
They did
2000
5
came
actually,
out.
but-
Pokemon the movie 2000 came out in theaters. I
Yeah.
went there and I got the Golden Mew
Yep.
little plaque card.
Oh yeah.
It was fucking great. I told my grandpa, I was like, he was like, where do you want to sit? And I was like, let's sit in the very front row. From that point on, I realized it was a mistake because my neck was just fucking stuck looking up. Like, that was, it was so cool though.
Was that your first time ever going to a movie?
I mean, that I remember.
My very first movie was Pokemon, the first movie,
Is that
Really?
and I
the-
cried.
Is that the one that everyone cries? And I'm like, he's not
Oh,
really dead. It's a cartoon. They don't die.
Is that the,
That's the one where he turns to stone.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Pikachu's zapping
And all
the
the
fuck out of him. I'm
Pokemon
sitting here like,
Yeah.
Is that the movie with the amazing soundtrack? Like people would actually buy the CD?
yeah.
Okay.
Like they had that one scene where like the 2 Pikachus are slapping the shit out of each other.
Oh,
He's singing "My Brother" and it's like,
Yeah, that,
Pikachu, stop! He's your brother.
oh, that part, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty
I'm
sad.
like a 5-year-old in this movie theater just losing my fucking mind.
Well, I guess we can talk about an upcoming game for Pokemon that's coming out, and that's Pokemon Go, which is supposed
Next
to be
month.
released next month.
Yeah.
Which is the virtual reality type ish.
Kind of. It's
Augmented
the
reality.
thing, right?
it's a bracelet, I think, or like a watch or something. So it goes somewhere on your body. It's a wearable, and then it has like a little like Google Maps logo, but it's a Pokeball.
Uh-huh.
And then you play with your smartphone.
Yes.
So you get the app, and then you buy, I think it's like a $30, $40, wearable. And then as you walk around and shit, there are Pokemon will pop up, and you gotta catch them, and you collect them basically. And I think they're going to do special events, which are like if you are at this place at this time, or if there's an event going on in real life, you can go there and get that Pokemon.
So can't wait to break into a power plant to catch these Zapdos.
Like, that's the one that's rumored that the super rare Pokemon's gonna be in like the mountains of France.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be like geographically based on like what kind of animal they would be.
that's
Catch me an Electabuzz.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. They're like I said, they're only $30 or $40. I didn't actually know that you could actually pre-order them already. So
yeah.
I'm probably gonna have to do that.
I applied to be in the beta program for it.
Nice.
Haven't heard anything back because that's how it goes.
But no, I'm super pumped for that. I'm probably going to do like I do with most Pokemon games, get almost to where I beat it and then quit. I don't know. I don't mind, so I want to be like I want to be the very best. But
Get out!
no, for real though. Like I always grind because I'm always like, oh, I gotta get my starters. As you guys can see right now, my starters that I always love are they're in my rotating background on my computer. But I always get to that point, and I'm like, yeah, I fucking like, why did I waste so much time? I just turned it off and never played it again.
I mean, speaking of wasting time, I think on the Leaf Green and Fire Red versions,
Yeah.
that was I think the first game that I completed like the regular Pokedex, not the National Pokedex or whatever it was. So I got all the Pokemon. The last one I needed was fucking Dragonair. So you had to get fucking
Dragonite.
Or, yeah, Dragonite, right?
The final one?
Yeah, Dragonite.
Dratini, Dragonite.
Yeah, but in order to get Dragonair to evolve, I had to be like level like 60 something, and I was like, fuck me, like holy shit. But once I got that was my favorite Pokemon from then on out. And then
You built the bond.
oh yeah, like
The bond.
I really felt the power of all those badges. And then I think in I think the most recent release of Pokemon is when I attempted to breed Pokemon for the first time. Took me at least a solid 3 days of just nonstop breeding to get a perfect Vulpix.
I'm not gonna lie, I still have no idea how the fuck that breeding system works, and
Genetics.
I do not plan on ever
Thank
trying
you.
to figure it out.
You're welcome.
Just get yourself a Japanese Ditto and your favorite Pokemon, and about maybe 2 weeks of straight breeding, you might get a shiny.
I heard
Yeah.
dildo.
Well, we know what's on Braden's.
The one who doesn't play Pokemon's like, there's a Pokemon called Dildo.
Like,
what?
I'm sitting over here, like, on my iPad, like, what the fuck is this conversation? Because it doesn't apply to me. And
Well,
I'm like,
let's
dildo.
let's move on to something else. What are the other topics that we have?
Letdowns.
We have surprises and letdowns. From,
Okay,
So, like, I'll start with a big-ass letdown for me.
Letdowns
And
it is.
people are gonna hate me for this. But Call of Duty's still a fucking thing. Like, just die already. It's the same game over and over again. People stay up all night, pre-order, waste the money on it.
Here's the problem with Call of Duty. It's really hard to make, nowadays, a unique and good shooter.
That's true.
Battlefield 1.
That's very true.
Battlefield 1.
I mean, true, but...
It also sucks because Call of Duty or Activision or whatever company is making fucking Call of Duty that year.
It's just going for money.
It's not just going for money. They have this thing that I call Apple syndrome. And it's where they see what their competitors are doing to try and take them down, and then they do it better. Like, Titanfall came out a few years ago, and the very next Call of Duty had wall running. It had the jetpacks. It had, all of the shit that it was doing. Destiny comes out, Call of Duty copies, the things that people liked about Destiny, but they didn't really do perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And Call of Duty just keeps doing that with everything.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to keep releasing Call of Duty games because people are going to keep buying them.
I will be one of those people that keeps fucking
My
buying
issue
them.
is that, like, I look at it, I've seen, like, the last two, you had, like, what? You got, like, Advanced Warfare, then you had, like, the futuristic one, then you had the even more futuristic one, and it's like, oh, so it's the same, you're still futuristic, you're saving the world again, oh, it's cool futuristic guns again, oh, it's jetpacks again, oh, it's, like, it's just again, and it's like, oh, but the minute that comes out, the last one gets dropped off and people go buy it, and it's like, why, when it's the same game with, like, 3 new things?
Yeah, I think, honestly, the only reason why I buy them is because my family buys them, and I just kind of buy it just so I play multiplayer. And,
Yeah, I think the hype around Call of Duty is largely around the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the only reason I honestly buy it is just so I can, spend time with my family and just, play it.
That makes sense.
But, I mean, otherwise than that, it's just kind of there. Like, I've never played it except for when I play multiplayer.
I guess that brings us to the point where, like, how long can a franchise keep going before, like...
Apparently forever.
Like, how long are they're going to keep playing Halo? How long are they going to keep releasing these games that are, they're the same IP but just different stories?
I think that I don't know. Pokemon, back to Pokemon just for a minute, has started, like, it got to that point for me a long time ago. Probably after, Gen 3, probably.
Yeah.
For me, I was like, okay, oh my god, these are super, funny names and they look stupid, and then, there's a couple powerful ones, and, all that. And that's why I haven't really played Pokemon that much. For me, Call of Duty stopped being good at, Black Ops 2 was probably the last really good Call of Duty that I played. I like Black Ops 3 where we are now, but everything in between was kind of shit in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think the only good Call of Duties that I really loved and which loved to replay again would be Call of Duty 4 and World at War. Those were
those
fantastic.
stories are really good.
It was really good, but
World at War was my jam.
Oh yeah, I like back in the day when I had the 360, I used to get achievements for every single thing. And when I 100% in World at War, I was honestly proud of that moment because playing through that campaign on veteran difficulty was stupid. Like you get to the last part where you have to storm the Reich or whatever, and then it's just kind of like, I go hide behind half an inch of sandbags. 3 grenades are thrown at me. I run to the left. 5 grenades are thrown at me. Like what do you want me to do? Like you're being shot at the entire time. There's nothing you can do. But, I mean, I did it, and now I never play the game ever again.
I think that Call of Duty will continue to be around for a very long time. I just don't think that it'll be as strong as it has been.
Yeah.
I have to say one of my favorite shooter games ever was Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor.
Okay. What?
Okay, I love old Medal of Honor, but the newest Medal of Honor, Warfighter, was so fucking bad.
Oh, really?
The game was trash.
Out of the new ones, there was Warfighter, and then the one before that was just like regular Medal of Honor, like the
regular one I was pretty okay with, but Warfighter was just bad, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like one of the original ones, I don't remember which one it was. It had to do with
Finest Hour.
I think Finest Hour. Is that the one that had to do with
D-Day? Like
Rising
Storm
Sun.
Beach?
Not D-Day. Fuck. Pearl Harbor.
Rising Sun. That's the one I
Is
had
that
on my
right?
GameCube.
Pearl Harbor, the one with Pearl Harbor. So Rising Sun, is that what it's called?
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's been forever
That-
since I played.
I think so.
That one was good. I loved that.
That
That
one
was
fun.
I played
fantastic.
the shit out of that one. My mom even tried to play that one with me before.
I mean,
It was-
speaking of games that's supposed to go on forever, you have Destiny's 10-year lifespan.
Shut the fuck up.
I think I'm one of the only people that actually enjoy Destiny.
I love Destiny. Okay, I loved Destiny at launch for about a month, and then it was the same thing, just done. Like you basically maxed out, and you grinded for basically nothing at that point, in my opinion. And then what was the deal? Not the DLC.
Taken King.
Taken King came out. I did the same thing. I was like, oh my god, this game's awesome again. And then a month later, and I was like, fuck this game. And I know I'm going to do the exact same fucking thing with Rise of Iron.
Yeah, the Rise of Iron.
Well, let's get back to disappointments we had with E3.
I have a bunch.
Oh,
You guys wanna hear?
Let's hear them.
There was no Red Dead Redemption 2. I was kind of upset with that. I was pissed. I heard that it's actually in the works, or like they were rumored to have started, and I was like really hoping that there was at least a teaser. Like that there was at least something that was going to happen with it, and I was upset that wasn't there. I'm just going to go ahead and throw out the entire EA conference was shitty. I really like... I like to be that one person who really hopes for good for EA. And their conference was cool because they split it up between 2 locations. So they had one person presenting in LA. They had one person presenting in London. And I thought that was kind of different. And it worked out really well for the first about 2 times that they shot it back and forth over each other. And then the third time, like, the dude was, like, 10 seconds late to being on stage, and it was kind of awkward. And then, like, they started to, like kind of compete and be like, oh, how are you doing? How are they doing? Oh, my God, yeah. And it was stupid. Recore, I was really excited about that game last E3, and then they finally decided to show gameplay, and it looks like every other game.
Recore?
Recore.
Yeah.
It's that one where you have, like, the mech friends. One's like a dog, and one's like another animal and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and they showed it last E3, and it was a rendered teaser, trailer to get everyone excited. And that was really cool, and I was like, oh, this could do good. And then I don't know, I wasn't impressed with the gameplay trailer. And they didn't even show much gameplay anyway, so don't have a gameplay trailer that doesn't have gameplay.
Yeah.
I was upset that there was no PS Neo or PlayStation Neo
there we go.
and no NX. Square Enix in general to be completely honest. I'm sorry, Taylor, I know you love Final Fantasy. The games looked good, but like Square Enix is at this thing where like as a publisher and as like a company, they're starting to lose fan support on a lot of things. And I think that they didn't capitalize as much as they could have done. Like,
So
they didn't have a
they-
conference. They didn't show... I mean, that VR mission or VR experience with the new Final Fantasy looks kind of stupid, in my
Okay,
opinion.
that looks dumb. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I don't
Final
know, it's
Fantasy
kinda weird.
15. I'm so excited for it. That game looks amazing. And then they didn't show it at E3. They showed it just before E3. There's a new Kingdom Hearts coming out in December.
That's true.
that's
I
right.
about jizzed my fucking pants. I ran into the room because a friend told me, he's like, "Hey, Kingdom Hearts has a new trailer." And I'm like, "For fucking what? It better be 3." And I run inside it. It's called 2.8.
Yep.
And I'm like, "Come on, guys, don't do me like this." And so I look at it, and they're remastering another one of their mobile games. But then they're adding 2 new Kingdom Hearts experiences on top of it, and that's what creamed my panties. Okay, I'm in tears. You know, the music, it's nostalgic, it's hitting me. I'm such a Kingdom Hearts fanboy, and I'm like, oh man, oh man, oh man. And it uses the new Kingdom Hearts 3 engine, and they're just like bringing in new characters, and I'm so excited. But where's Kingdom Hearts 3?
And I guess that's the point I was trying to make. They did it, like, at what is supposed to be America's conference for this stuff. Like, they didn't really capitalize on it like I think they should have or could have. 2 other things. Watch Dogs 2 is a thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know that Braden will agree with me. That game, there's no way in hell I'll even buy it, even if the reviews come out that it's good, just because Watch Dogs 1 was so bad to me.
like, that legitimately upset me. Like, I was pumped. I got out of my fucking college classes the day it came out. I drove to the fucking GameStop. I picked it up. I went home. I threw it in my 360. I waited for fucking ever for it to install. I played the first mission and never touched it again. I am so upset.
It was such a letdown of a game.
The driving of that game was so bad.
Like
Oh,
I
you mean
played
Bumper Car
it.
Simulator 2004?
Like I played, and that's the thing I hate. Like when I play games, it's gotten to the point now to where I start picking and choosing games based off of, you know, if I think I can get all the trophies relatively easily. Because I hate games where you get it and you're like, yeah, this is cool, and then, you know, there's an online trophy or achievement or something like that,
yeah.
and you can never get it. And now I when I played Watch Dogs, I have that first trophy, and now it's just kind of like, oh fuck, now I have to go and get all of them. Like, it's just gonna be a grind, just like Dark Souls 3.
Another
Fuck that
letdown
game.
that I had, and you guys will probably laugh at me for this. I'm super into the FIFA games, right? the soccer games, the FIFA series. FIFA 17 looks amazing.
Nerd.
There's nothing wrong with the graphics.
Who are you talking to?
Like, everything looks super good with it, except for the career mode. They brought this guy out called Alex Hunter. His name's actually Alex Hunter, if I remember right. And he's giving this whole like motivational speech to the crowd, and they're having none of it. The crowd doesn't give a shit. And he's like, "My name's Alex Hunter. I'm doing this, blah blah blah," and just keeps going. He's like, "Now I'm gonna take that next step, and you get to join me." And then it goes into this like trailer for the career mode, and you're forced to play as this person. You're forced to play on like a team and all this shit. And like it's not a career mode, it's a story mode. That's what it is.
Okay.
And they're trying to sell it as like this awesome experience and shit, when it's just stupid to me that you like stuck to this. Like, it's not personal like it was anymore. Like, I can go onto FIFA 16 and basically every other FIFA and like make my character, make a fantasy character or something like that, and do how I want to do with it, and it doesn't feel that way anymore, and that kind of upset me. Even though that I'll waste too much time playing Ultimate Team anyway. That's beside the point. I want to get that out of there because it actually pissed me off. And this is a personal thing. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about with older games. I feel personally like there are too many remasters happening, and that not that there's too many remasters happening, but that there's not enough innovation happening.
I agree, because there's definitely some pros and cons that happen a lot with remasters. And like, if you're just going to create the same game with updated textures and you make it high definition, why bother? I mean, it looks good.
I guess I like what they did with the Legend of Zeldas.
I agree.
They didn't remaster them for the Wii U. They did it for the DS. So I was like, oh, cool. Now I can play these classics on my DS.
And
so
they were fantastic.
yeah, and they're fun and they're smoother.
That's kind of cool.
And so I guess like kids these days that are more glued to their DS instead of a Nintendo 64 can play these classics and still experience everything that everyone else got to experience. But then there's like the remasters, like the new Call of Duty coming out. They remastered that.
COD 4?
COD 4, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I mean, if I want to play COD that COD 4, I'll just go back and play that COD 4. I mean, it's going to be exactly the same system, whatever. And I don't know. But then I feel like what they did with Ratchet and Clank. Okay, it was like it had the same first level, and then from there it kind of dipped into its own way, and it made homage to the old Ratchet and Clanks, and it was kind of like the game was a fourth wall burst on itself. Like, it constantly made jokes at its old games, and you're playing through the whole game and you're just feeling super nostalgic, and you can tell that the game was made for people that played the originals. But if you played it without playing the originals, you could still enjoy it, and it was still super fun. So I like the remasters done like that.
That makes
Well,
sense.
to speak to that too, I watched you play the end of Star Fox on the Wii U, and like you basically told me it was the same game all the way through, and then like the ending twisted, and I was like, that's really cool.
It was so
And, like,
interesting because it was Star Fox Star Fox Zero was a recreation of Star Fox 2, which never got released for the SNES because they dumped the project to create Star Fox 64. So they took a mixture of what they had for Star Fox 64, mixed it with Star Fox 2 that they scrapped the project for, mashed into a game, and then like still made homage to the original Star Fox 64 with like some of the bosses, and it was just super intense, but it also brought in new different types of gameplay, and like the co-op mode that me and Mark played, that was intense. Like, that was just so different. It was, I don't know, it was real fun, and I like what Nintendo's been doing with their remakes, and I hope that people in the future that do remakes will do good, like the Crash Bandicoots.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited for Crash Bandicoot in general, but
it's kind of a hit or miss thing, because if you get a game like Crash, it was like something
Like
that you're
iconic.
super excited for, and like not even iconic, because there's iconic games that some people, not a lot of people, I guess, like don't like, and they'll get mad when I'm like, oh, you're remastering such a shit game or something like that. Like Crash, I'm super excited for it, but there's other games that I'm like, why are you remastering this shit? And I guess that it's not as much that the fact that people are remastering games, it's the fact of like there wasn't a ton of new things coming out.
Yeah, I love when a company will remaster a game and it just brings it to life. Like, it just brings so much to the game that wasn't there before, and I specifically love this what they did with Twilight Princess HD, because they brought amiibo functionality, they brought a whole new dungeon, and the entire HD-ness of the game is fucking gorgeous. Like, replaying this on a Wii U, back to when I had to play this on a GameCube, like, those were terrible graphics. And even on the Wii version of the game, those were terrible graphics. Like, bringing Twilight Princess with the game that it is to the standard of a game that it should be in Twilight Princess HD was absolutely amazing. And it gets to the point where Nintendo's probably made 4 or 5 different remasters. They've done this several times before, which I'm glad they're making a new Zelda IP, but, when is enough enough?
yeah, because like Wind Waker HD, Wind Waker's my favorite, and I played the shit out of that for GameCube, and so then I came to HD, and I'm playing the HD version, and I realize this doesn't feel HD. The game it's cartoony. You're playing the experience. Like, you're not even paying attention to the graphics. But then they fixed different things, like one of the longest quests in the game, which the original developer didn't want to put in, but they were time constrained, and he sped up the boat, because honestly the boat was the longest thing. Like, they really fixed the old game, and I feel like that's when they take the time to do like these remasters, is because they're fixing things that they wish they could have in the original, and they're making it a better experience while also tacking on some more fun stuff.
So it's a difficult thing to do with remasters.
Yeah, it's hit or miss, and honestly it's like a 50-50 with if you're going to like it or not, because some people are like, well, I'll just go play the original. It's like, well, I'm going to play this new one because playing the original Majora's Mask was not fun clipping through the walls.
Fair enough, that makes sense. Does anyone else have anything that they were kind of let down about?
I just want to say Kingdom Hearts 3 again.
Fair enough.
I've never played any of them, so throwing that out there.
I got frustrated the very first one and vowed to never play another one. So
Breaking my
I know
heart.
it happens. I rage quit. If I rage quit, I'm done. Like, you can guarantee I'll never play that game ever again.
My brother deleted a save file for Banjo-Kazooie that my mother had. She had gotten all the way up to the end of the game, but didn't beat it. She had never played that game or a console game by herself ever again.
your family and Banjo-Kazooie, like, I feel like it's a love thing, it's a hate thing, it's a fucking fight you thing. Like,
Well, like, I love the original. My brother Michael, he loves Banjo-Tooie, which is honestly a fantastic continuation, and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is honestly trash.
Oh, it's god awful.
It's the literal equivalent of diarrhea.
oh,
Taylor just had a moment with that. I've never seen Taylor have a moment with a game like I have with
But you had a
handbags. Like, oh, that was god awful. Like, I see someone walking down the street. Oh god, what the fuck? That's god awful.
Honestly, it was a bad game. It was like you took this great game that was super good originally, and you're like, let's make one for the Xbox 360. What can we do that's gonna fuck it?
Well, that was because Microsoft bought Rare Studios, and then none of the developers from the original Rare, like, they just left.
Yeah.
So Microsoft
Mine
used a bunch
Oh,
of
shit.
IP. Let's move on.
okay, before we go into what surprises at E3, since we're on the topic of letdowns, in your opinion, what game did you get extremely, extremely hyped for? Like I'm gonna go out and buy the collector's edition. I'm gonna get super hyped. I'm gonna promote this game for them, type thing, and then proceed to get royally fucked and disappointed on at launch.
I already said mine. Fucking Watch Dogs. Like I said, I got out of my 7:30 class, ran to my parking garage, got in my car, drove to GameStop, got the game, drove home, put it in, sat at my desk and just stared, basically waiting. Like, I was pumped. I heard nothing but good things from my friends about it, nothing but good things from the internet about it. Everyone was hyped. Played the first mission, got angry and uninstalled it, went back a week later and sold it back.
I'm super fucking pumped for Titanfall 2. But I'm scared because I was super fucking pumped for the first Titanfall, and I go in, and honestly, Titanfall's still a great game. Like, I love playing it. I love running
It's
around
really fun.
and playing it. But, like, the content, you've played the entire game by sitting down for an hour, and that's just,
true.
it's brutal. It's savage. And then, like, the second Titanfall, I'm like hoping they fix that. I'm hoping they really get into it and they do it better and they have fun with it and like actually make it enjoyable, because I don't know. I really wish that game had taken off the first time, and I'm excited for it to do the second time, but I'm so stressed that it's gonna bend me over its knee. You know?
Is that a bad thing?
By something you have to pay money for, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm from Nevada, so...
Oh, yeah, that could
goodness
go either way.
gracious.
Mark, did you have one?
Honestly, the game that I am super hyped for is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm nervous because it's going to be different.
It's probably gonna
It's gonna be
fucking
very
suck.
different.
It's supposed to be 9 times as large as Skyrim, but it's going to be that similar type of gameplay. All of it looks fan-fucking-tastic.
One thing about that game that kind of stresses me out is the stamina is still a thing.
Stamina was brought back from Skyward Sword.
And, I mean, Skyward Sword wasn't that bad with the stamina. It was just like, it felt like a hindrance. More than like a tool that you had to utilize. Because, like, yeah, I can sprint, but only for so long before I have to start walking or whatever. And I don't know. I just hope that the stamina doesn't end up being more of a, God, I just wish this wasn't fucking here than anything.
Yeah, so I've never played games like Skyrim or fully enjoyed them because it just wasn't my thing. So because Nintendo is, one, they're making it different, which I'm super excited about because Zelda IP has been the same for a long time. And two, this game is fucking massive. Okay, the map is supposed to be 9 times as large as the Skyrim map, and it's an open world. You can honestly go to the end dungeon from the beginning of the game if you really wanted to, just like you could with Link to the Past. But there's probably going to be some hardcore gamers that do that, and I hope they fail because that's fucking ridiculous.
Since you've never played Skyrim, to put it into perspective, if you were to start at one corner of the Skyrim map and walk, no horse, just walk in-game or sprint, whatever, to the other end, like if you were to just try and make that trek on foot, it would take about 15 minutes if there were no mountains and there was no enemies to stop you on the way. But because of the mountains and because of the enemies, it would probably take about 30 minutes to walk from one end to the other end without using fast travel, just to walk with a weapon. So that's 30 minutes of like trek time. 9 times that.
270 minutes?
Like, I mean, we haven't seen the map, so 9 times could be like overcompensating. But
True.
if they're going to make a claim 9 times the size of Skyrim's map, they better be,
I don't know. The game looks fantastic.
It does look
I'm gonna
nice.
buy it day one. I'm probably gonna buy the NX console when that comes out because it's supposed to be a release title.
Yeah.
So that's the game I'm hyped for, and I really hope it doesn't turn into trash. Ambrose?
At this point, I can't think of a game. I mean, there's a bunch of games that I hate, and I play them just because I have a trophy in them, and I need to have that 100% collection. And so, I mean, I'm just kind of going through it. So, I mean, I don't really have a letdown yet.
Yeah.
But I'll keep you updated.
We'll see how that goes. I have a few I can think of because I get pretty hyped for video games, which I'm starting to not because of some of these things.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs, of course, was pretty shitty, as Braden has already mentioned, for obvious reasons. Should I just have one? Oh, Duke Nukem Forever.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Have you ever played it?
I've played Duke Nukem.
Okay, Duke Nukem was a really good game, at least in my opinion. I loved that game when it first came out. However, Duke Nukem Forever was delayed for 12 years or something like that.
It was so long.
It felt like my entire lifetime because it basically was. And by the time it came out, I'm like, shit, do I want this? And I don't know if it was just terrible or if it was just a fact that it was, 12, 15, 25, 50 years since the fucking original.
It was 14
14 years. There we
Oh
go.
my
That's
God.
like 55.
That's pretty much
the
55.
game had
Dog
been in
years.
development for 12 years. It took them 12 years to make this game. When it finally came out, people were playing this game like, I probably could have made this in my garage.
Oh.
It was so bad that there was a guy who pre-ordered that from one of the initial years that they announced it. So he had a pre-order for 13 of the years or something like that. And it was so bad that when he got this game and he was super pissed about it, they sent him a shit ton of stuff.
Oh God.
Merchandise, everything. It was that bad. They were like, oh, we fucked up and we're sorry. So the other one's Titanfall. I wouldn't say it was a huge flop for me.
It wasn't
just
a flop. The community didn't take off and there wasn't content.
yeah. It was a super super fun game. Great game in my opinion. Great innovation. It played really well. Graphics weren't too bad.
Yeah,
It was
graphics
just
were great.
you basically were done with a game that was all multiplayer, all
Yeah.
online, no single player or anything, and you were done within
Like an hour or two.
couple
maybe.
hours.
Yeah.
You had done everything, used everything, all of that. I can't really think of any other ones that really upset me. Really,
I'm scared for Resident Evil.
the new one.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited.
Because they're switching the entire paradigm. It's like,
That's
okay,
true.
this isn't how Resident Evil normally is. I'm excited to see what they do with it. It's like, who am I going to be playing as? Is it going to be a new character? Or am I going to be like Jill, Chris? Who am I going to be? I don't know. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous.
I'll tell you. Go ahead.
I would say that's I guess bringing up Resident Evil again. I think after I played 5, I think the first one that I played in a while. I think it was 6 or 7, but one of the fucking games was just hella dark the entire time.
6 is just pitch black.
Yeah, because me and one of my buddies were playing it. We're going through yeah, this is a blast. Where the fuck do you go? I can't see you. You're right next to me. What's going on? That kind of made me mad about it.
Fair enough.
I guess we'll see.
Another game that I'm pretty worried about is No Man's Sky.
Oh.
Mainly because it had been shown. It was released or not released. It was displayed. What 2 E3s ago? I think
2014.
2014. Yeah. And it was oh my god, this shit is amazing. They've released some gameplay and a lot of information about it, and it has a release date. It got pushed back recently, but it still has one, and that excites me. But I'm worried that I got too hyped for it. I'm still going to buy it. I'm still going to give it the chance. But if it fucks me, then it'll probably be the last game I ever.
There was that kind of happened to me with Black Desert. I was really happy for the NA release. I was like, yeah, here we go. I've been waiting for this for 3 years. Yeah, and then it released, and I never played it. I never even I downloaded the character creator, and I was like, yeah, my character looks fucking sweet. That haven't bought it, haven't played it. It just kind of
Austin gave me a trial account, a trial 14 days.
Right.
So I got the trial from him and I tried playing it for 14 days, and there's so much things to do in that game and no clear direction that you end up walking around wondering what to do for a good 30 minutes before you figure out what you're doing.
That's how I felt about World of Warcraft.
Yeah. It's literally just a prettier World of Warcraft with the ability to establish trade routes and purchase property and all this other shit that's does this really contribute to the gameplay? I don't know.
I think another game that I'd be excited about is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh,
Like,
Horizon was cool.
I feel like it's gonna be really cool, but I also feel like if it doesn't
I'm not gonna lie. I'm worried the story won't really be super
Right.
good. And they had a small gameplay trailer, and it looked. I don't know if it was just my stream that I was watching or what it was, but it didn't really look like the characters were really good when they were in combat, or when they weren't when they were running. Like there was a conversation piece that happened, and it didn't really look fluid. It didn't look like it was gonna work. But the combat was really cool, and the whole premise of the weapon and the enemies and robot dinosaurs. I've been able to do all kinds of things in video games since I've been playing, but I've never got to hunt a robot dinosaur before.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited for that. That sounds kind of cool.
I think they might be able to pull it off better than Ark did.
I hope so, because I fucking hate Ark.
That sounds a lot like
I've never
Turok. I mean, not with the robot part. But
Yeah,
Turok was a
Yeah,
lot
Turok's
of fun.
fun.
It was a blast.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. That would be kind of cool. I guess one of our other topics was surprises. Does anyone have any surprise things that they were
surprise things to bring up.
at E3?
At E3.
Anything really jump out at you or kind of get you excited? I know Crash was one for me because the way they announced it was really cool.
The Resident Evil was for me.
I like Resident Evil just so I can get back into it. Apparently it's supposed to be scarier, so I was like, yeah.
Along the same lines of Resident Evil, the Zelda thing is kind of cool. They had actual voice acting now.
They do have voice acting, but I've read that Link will not be one of the portions.
He better not.
He also doesn't have a character companion in the game, so there won't be something like a Navi or a Fi, which is interesting because it's been a large part of Link's storyline. One character that you can use kind of as a similar companion, if you have the Wolf Link amiibo from Twilight Princess, you can tap that into the game, and he will go out and hunt for you and things like that, which is cool. But
shit.
I don't know if Link will have a traveling companion such as Epona, or just a companion in general, which Nintendo hid so much content from those demos that they released. There's barely any NPCs and barely any storyline or towns because there's supposed to be tons of stuff like that. But
but for real though, we need a competitive mod for Smash. Smash 4, man. Okay, because PM's dying, Project M's dying, and I
get on that, Mr.
I gotta get my
Developer.
Smash. It's so hard to just mod a Wii U and not get the shit beat out of you by companies and whatnot.
I mean, reverse engineering, that's legal by copyright.
Yeah, if I do it with my dick.
Some of the things that I thought were surprising, the God of War trailer was really cool. I was kind of what the fuck is this game? When the trailer started, because there's this kid getting yelled at by this dude, and then as soon as he steps out of the shadow, Kratos, I was like, this will be good.
When I watched it and the crowd went wild, I was like,
right?
Oh, I've never played it, but damn.
Did they show Halo Wars 2 at E3?
Yes, the beta was out I think last week.
Yeah, I know, I didn't play the beta.
I love the first one. I don't know,
That's what I'm pumped for.
Pumped for Halo Wars.
Halo Wars, the first one, honestly, underrated. Best RTS ever. StarCraft can suck Halo Wars dick. Okay, you gotta play it.
Okay, I'm getting sick of StarCraft.
Civilization 6?
Civ 6?
Honestly, I want to play Civilization, but the people I used to play with before just kind of stopped, so it's just
Taylor and I will probably be doing some stuff here soon.
All right,
wait, Civ 5?
I have Civ 5, yeah.
Right.
I don't know if I have the same deal.
I mean, with that Steam,
we have all of them because it's on sale.
Oh,
$12.76 for $143 worth of content.
It's 92% off right now.
Oh shit!
Shameless plug for the Steam Summer Sale.
Send me a link.
Until July 4th.
Yeah, till July 4th.
All right. Well, I mean,
Steam, send us money.
Come on, Valve. We know you got it.
I'll get my 1080 soon, so
there you go.
Then we'll be able.
When are you getting the 1080?
Honestly, I want one of the EVGA versions. There's a website I found that tracks Amazon, Newegg, Best Buy and stuff for every different vendor that would make it, and it tells you when it's in stock, how much it is, and kind of last time it was in stock. Those things go like hotcakes. I'm not even joking.
I can imagine.
Holy shit.
Yo, but for real though, where's Half-Life 3?
I hate you. I hate you so much. I thought we could probably get through at least one episode without you bringing that up.
There's a YouTube video of every single time they ask Gabe Newell, where's Half-Life 3, starting from the beginning to up to now. And at the very beginning, he's like, don't worry, guys, we can't say much, but it's in production. And then every interview after that slowly gets more and more of, I can't say anything. Sorry, I've got nothing on that. Nope, no words for that. Nope, and then he just starts ignoring them. It's like, Gabe, why you do this?
That's funny. Other things, Kojima, Mr. Kojima, the way that he got introduced during the Sony conference was amazing.
Oh yeah.
The ovation that he got, and the game looks like it's gonna fuck me up. And
Oh, yeah.
I hope it does. Death Stranding. I hope it morally, mentally, physically. Just
I wonder if it's
fucks
gonna
me
be
up.
like a Heavy Rain or an Until Dawn type game.
Right, that was the guy with what's his name, Norman Reedus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, the fucking like handprints with nothing behind it.
That
I-
trailer
I
was so intense.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
I
It
was-
was probably my favorite trailer of the entire conference.
Yeah, I think I'm like low-key excited about it.
Right. Other than that, Spider-Man is getting rebooted. Fun
You
fact,
serious?
by Insomniac
What?
Games, I think.
Oh,
Really?
Oh,
So
really?
The Amazing Spider-Man
What?
will be an exclusive to PlayStation 4.
Oh,
I think. Don't quote me on that. Don't hold me to it. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a thing.
that's
And then lastly, and I feel bad because I hate this game, but I feel good for everyone who's excited for it. The Last Guardian, coming out on PlayStation 4.
Oh, yeah,
It was like the ending trailer or something like that, or close to the end of the PlayStation conference, and people were like, you could like hear everyone being like, "Fuck, another bullshit trailer that they're gonna talk about and all this," and the trailer just ends, and then it just pops up October 25th, 2016, and it was like everyone lost their fucking mind.
Wait, which one's Last Guardian?
Last Guardian's the one with that like weird
Yeah.
bird cat dog
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Ah.
Yeah.
I feel like when like during the trailers or whatever they show, the game looks kind of fuzzy. Like
Kind
it,
of,
it
yeah.
doesn't look crisp.
It
And
looks like it reminds me of the world of shit. What's the name of that fucking game?
Bastion.
No. Yeah, you were a kid and you had to like climb these big ass monsters and like stab them. Shit.
The Colossus.
Colossus, Shadow of Colossus.
Shadow of Colossus.
Oh.
It reminded. Have you never played that game?
No.
Oh, that game will fuck you up.
Oh yeah.
It reminded me of the world within that game. It was kind of hazy and shit.
Shadow of Colossus is basically like you're given this horse and a sword, and you gotta go out and you've gotta fight these massive behemoths. And there's like there's no like context. It's just the sound of the game and maybe some music, and so then you have to find out how to climb this motherfucker
All of
and
them.
kill it. And then after you kill him, you gotta like make this trek, this journey, and it takes a while. It's like it's a journey, all right, to the next motherfucker. Okay, and that's the game.
Yeah,
you just
keep
killing,
doing it.
killing these big motherfuckers, and it's like I want another one of these, but like bigger, better, looks pretty because they could do a lot with it.
But the story, when it finally happens, it's amazing.
Hits you like a train, and like you're on the tracks, like of the train tracks,
Running towards the train.
and
Oh,
you're sprinting
damn.
towards the
Yeah.
train. The train's coming at you, and you're like, I'm gonna hit this train. And then a different train from the side comes and smacks you.
Woo!
Because like you're expecting it, but not from the area you thought.
Man.
Damn.
It's a fantastic game, and if you haven't played it, I suggest you do.
PS2.
Fair enough.
Which I think
They're,
you can get on PS4 right now.
They're
I
remaking.
think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that either.
They're remaking the Indigo Prophecy, so I mean, there's that.
Really?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
PS4.
PS4.
Well, let's get away from the topic of E3 because we've talked
Let's
about
do
it a lot. I've mentioned my favorite video game. Let's talk about everybody's favorite video game.
Favorite game ever, or favorite game
Ever.
they're playing right now?
Ever.
Or both?
Ever.
Or both.
Oh, shit.
I mean, we have time.
Let's do both.
All right, what are you playing? What's your favorite game right now?
Right now?
Right this very goddamn
What's the
second.
game that you're playing right now that you love?
Oh, God. Nothing? I've been playing StarCraft the longest time because it's fun. Like, it makes me think and, like, I can make a strategy about how to kill these fuckers, but I've been playing the same thing and doing the same thing for so long that it's like, well, I've played all 3 story modes for the different expansions, and I'm getting kind of sick of it. So I have not beaten Star Fox or Pokken Tournament or Majora's Mask, which we all have, and I need to get on my shit. Taylor and I are still playing Resident Evil, but honestly, I guess the favorite game I'm playing right now is Resident Evil. But like I mentioned earlier, my favorite game ever is Banjo-Kazooie.
That's good.
Spit us with that fire.
Off to
Amber.
Ambrose.
Well, I mean, at this moment, the games that I'm playing is Far Cry 4 because I need to go back and 100%
Same.
that. I'm not gonna. I don't know what it is about the Far Cry series. I just love like that adventuring around, even though it's probably the same thing, even when I go to Primal. But like, I don't know what it is. I just like adventuring around. It's just a lot of fun. I think my all-time favorite games would have to be Dead Space. Fucking love
Yeah,
that series.
boy.
The first one scared the hell out of me. The second one was just kind of like and the third one was just like what the fuck.
Third
are you
one was
doing?
an arcade shooter.
But like, I heard somebody's theory about it is like, you know, you play through as Isaac Clarke through all of them, And like the first one is like the first time like the characters encountering everything, so it's scary as fuck. And the second time you're like, okay, I've seen this before. But the third one's like, oh yeah, I'm just a killing machine at this point. Nothing phases me anymore. And I thought that was interesting.
The kids in the second one.
Oh, that didn't bother me at all.
The first kid that's just like, oh, that was it. Okay, I fucking lost my shit. That motherfucker scared the goddamn shit.
But I think some of my favorite games overall, besides Dead Space, would have to be the first Metal Gear Solid, Crash Bandicoot, and I think there was one more I can't remember, but
That's a good list.
They're pretty solid games.
All right, Braid.
Well, I mean, I'm currently playing a lot of shit right now. Like a bunch of new content all at once. I'm about to start Overwatch with Eric and Taylor, so that's super
You're
exciting.
going to start playing Overwatch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I have it.
That's like... I've never really been into like first-person shooters, but this one just seems fun and dorky, and it's not so serious, and not the like angry, ragey bullshit that is Call of Duty.
Which it is.
It is.
And and Overwatch just seems like fun. So that's the one I'm most excited to start playing. And then also The Crew was free this month for Xbox, so Taylor's been playing that. He said it's awesome, big open world. I'm a big fan of racing games. My favorite game of all time, by far, is Need for Speed Underground for my GameCube.
Oh,
Solid.
baby.
I don't know how many times I've beaten that game on every difficulty. Like, it's just fun, it's great, it never gets old, it's racing, it's a challenge still because it's a racing game, you play a different car, different models, the customization level was insane. Like
That was a good classic.
Like my favorite vehicle I've ever made on there was like it was an orange Mitsubishi Eclipse with like the tearing away paint on the side because that was cool when you were 12 with the big ass spoiler on it.
Yeah.
Fuck, it'd be cool now.
I had like a light pink, or like a purple pinkish car or whatever, with like the super spoiler spinners on the side, like gold spinners on the side. It was fucking lit. I don't even care.
You're like, oh yeah, that's what I want when I get older, and then now you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
All right, Eric.
Oh man, I would say that my favorite game ever is. That's a tough decision, actually. I would say that it is, and feel free to hate me if you want because it's fairly new. The Last of Us. I got very emotionally attached to that game. It's the only video game that has ever made me cry. So
That's a statement.
Yeah, it was really good, and it says something. Naughty Dog is my favorite developer ever. So anything made by them, the Uncharted, I finally played through the Nathan Drake collection because I'd never actually played an Uncharted game until figuring out The Last of Us, and then I was like, I fucking love these guys, and I like those a lot too, and I'm super excited to start playing Uncharted 4, which I just have neglected to play, but right now I think my favorite thing is Overwatch. Overwatch is super fun, and what else am I playing right now? Taylor and I started playing Civ 5 yesterday, which, I fucking love Civ 5 no matter what. I think that's all I'm really playing right now. The Wolf Among Us, which I put up the first episode of my Let's Play through it the other day. It's a good game so far, I think. I think I'm going to like it. I should probably play more of that. And I think that's really all I'm playing right now.
I mean, speaking of shameless promotion, I have the first episode of my Let's Play of the Nathan Drake collection going up soon, so...
Yep.
Look out for that.
That'll be up this week.
Woo. As for me, my overall favorite game of all time would be the Kingdom Hearts series.
I figured you were going somewhere with Sonic with that.
No. I like me a good Sonic game, but that shit can stay, as the maybe like in the top 5.
It's the side bay of your video.
Yeah, it's the side bay of video games, but like they haven't released anything decent since Generations.
That's true.
The last decent thing from Generations was Adventure 2, so fuck me, right? But yeah, Kingdom Hearts would have to be my overall favorite. That doesn't matter. First one, second one, the new one's coming out. The DS ones were great. Okay, but the Chain of Memories one for the Game Boy Advance, don't you ever play that game. Like, if you have the thought, I should play this game, you're going to have to lose that thought. Because it's a card game.
Oh.
But it's still a battle game. And it's fucking weird. It doesn't work. Okay? I'm telling you this right now, it does not work. It's not fun.
You're very passionate about this game.
Okay, I fucking hate that game!
Okay. What game are you playing right now that you really enjoy?
Overwatch.
Okay.
Overwatch right now is currently like the cream of the crop. You know? Oh, it's so fun. I could just be a total asshole.
As he usually is.
As I usually am. And I still get all the kills.
Shots fired.
Eliminations.
Eliminations, my bad. They could be assists, you never know.
On the notes of games and stuff, I'm going to play a really obscure, kind of hilarious game that Taylor introduced me to next week for a video. So maybe talk about the obscure games we play. Like, I'm excited. I'm going to play this game called Cat Lateral Damage.
Oh, man.
And the point of this game is you're a cat. And you run around the house and knock shit over and try to break everything before your owner gets home. You can, like, unlock different cats and shit. I'm so excited because if I was a cat, I would be that prick.
That's
like,
basically the epitome of me living in this apartment.
That's
Yes.
very true.
Did you guys ever see the game that was coming out? Like, I think it's out or whatever, but essentially it's like a 2-player game, right? Somebody's playing as like an adult, like the parents.
Oh
Somebody's playing as the
God.
baby, and the whole point is you're gonna try to kill yourself.
Yeah.
The dad's trying to save you. Like,
That game will most likely feature on our channel sometime shortly. Yes. We don't have an official date on that, but
Fun
we
fact.
will most likely be playing that game. I think that at the end of all of these podcasts, so these podcasts will be on Mondays, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we should kind of give a little prelude to what's going to be coming up on the weekend.
That's a good idea.
On the
I
weekend.
like that.
So when we get to the end of this, we will talk about what all is happening later this weekend.
That one, my favorite obscure game Taylor's ever introduced me to. I Am Bread.
I'm brave.
Oh, man. I watched Markiplier play this, and I was like, this is trash. Markiplier plays trash games. And then Taylor had me play it, and it was so fucking ridiculous.
It's so good.
I
Next I'll
laughed.
have you play Octodad.
Oh, God.
But
I laughed so hard.
there's bagel racing now. Mark.
Oh.
Hey, the 0G.
People develop
version
these
is fun.
things.
Yeah, they do. It's amazing.
It's a
Brilliant.
gem.
It's
It's
brilliant.
pretty great. It's a great idea, though. Like, it takes a very special someone.
It reminds me a lot of Quap.
Quap.
Oh yeah, I feel like that was what they kind of like. They were like, you know,
Inspiration.
people hate Quap, right? Like people play it to make fun of this
Because it's
game.
frustrating, yeah.
What can we do to make it better? And they were like, well, how about we be a piece of bread?
Piece of bread.
And how about that piece of bread that we are is trying to get to a toaster because all it wants to do
On
is
the
eat our
other side of the
toast.
room.
Yeah, it's wanting to fulfill its life's
Have
prophecy.
you not
right?
heard of this game?
I've never even fucking heard of it.
Are you
Someone-
s- I'm
Someone got a raise for this game.
going to pull up my laptop right now. Show it to Ambrose.
So basically, this game is you're a piece of bread, right? And you get in like the kitchen or like the bathroom or shit.
You can't get on the floor.
Yeah. So if you get on the floor, you get dirty,
All right.
and you can get on. You can go through jam, and if you're on the jam, it stops you from getting dirty.
protects you.
Yeah, and you can't get wet and you can't get dirty. And if you do, your like life decreases basically. And you control the piece of bread with like A, B, and like the left
Right,
triggers.
left
or
Yeah,
something.
or all of the trigger, all of the bumpers, and then A, B, X, and Y.
Yeah.
Are you watching a video of it?
The bread
nice.
is currently on a ceiling fan.
Yeah.
See,
What?
Yeah, like you can't get on the stove.
Yeah, so the entire premise of this game is you are trying to get
Oh.
to be toast.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to get inside the toaster, or
Oh,
you
let's
have to,
explain that.
like,
So- Somebody
you go
landed.
in the toilet and not
Yeah.
be dirty.
Oh, he's dirty. Look at those crumbs.
just skateboarding and shit. Like,
Yeah.
this game's insane.
Oh!
So, yeah, so you're turning toast.
Oh, that
Yeah,
counts.
it's different heat sources.
You can
That's
butter
right.
yourself. and
Yeah,
shit.
like one of them, you gotta drop a bowling ball on a TV, and then it'll short circuit the TV, and then you gotta drop on the TV, and the short circuit from the TV
And
will
cook you.
cook you.
That's
Yeah.
so creative.
Oh my god.
Every level gets harder. You gotta find like, okay, what can cook me
Yeah.
in this room? Ooh, radiator. I
What's
gotta
that
cross
baby
that top.
game?
What's the what?
The Who's
The
Your
baby
Daddy
game? Who's Your Daddy? The one where the baby
Yeah,
tries
yeah.
to kill itself?
Yeah.
So the baby's trying to kill itself, and then the father of the baby, I assume it's the father since the name of the game
Yeah.
is Who's Your Daddy, is trying to keep the baby from killing themselves. So we'll have to record that, put that up.
I also had Mark look at Visceral Cleanup Duty.
That
Visceral
game
cleanup
looks
duty.
so funny. Oh my god. So, games like Alien Isolation, there's a ton of gore and blood and shit, and death. And, you know, at the end of that death, somebody needs to clean it up. So the idea behind this game is that you're a janitor, and you're mopping the blood, and you're picking up the body parts, and you replace the broken shit, and it's, like, it's absolutely hilarious. So I haven't played it yet, but I'm super excited to do it.
It's such a chill game too, because there's no horror aspect. Nothing's gonna get you. Okay, you're not against the clock. You just clean it up.
Damn.
It's true.
Well, I guess it'd be a fun game. Like, I think I vaguely remember seeing something about it, but yeah, what you gonna do?
Yeah,
All
we'll
that
Play the
shit.
game. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have some funny indie games coming out.
You know, they could just make Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Are we really back on this?
This cannot be the
I thought this
motif.
train left the station a while ago.
Just saying.
I
okay?
hope this does not come up in every podcast.
Speaking of wacky games,
I swear to God, Taylor's gonna try to plug Half-Life 3 comment in each of our podcasts,
We
You
need
know,
a
and then
Half-Life
we'll
3
ban it.
counter.
and then we'll ban it.
Like a Half-Life 3 reference counter. That's what we need.
Oh, I have an idea for you guys.
Oh no.
So, for our channel, one of the games that I think we should play, which we tested out, and then Ambrose got to try out a little bit, is Fibbage. So
Fibbage.
Fibbage is the game where you get a writing prompt, you have to add a fake answer or something, and try to get other people to pick your answer. You get points if someone picks that answer or you pick the truth, and I think that would be hilarious.
We also need to play. It was the purple one with the dorky little monsters.
Here.
Quiplash.
Quiplash.
So
Yeah,
these
they're-
are games that we've been playing in the Jackbox Party Pack
Yes.
and the Jackbox Party Pack 2, which I bought recently, which were available on the Steam Summer Sale, and playing with our phones together on the TV with these quirky party games has been a blast.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that'll probably end up as well sometime.
Assuming we figure out some kind of audio and microphone
Way to
situation.
record it.
yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are at, what is this? An hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good
You wanna-
long podcast. Should we end it now?
It's up to you guys.
I think so. I think it's a good introduction
Yeah.
to us and
I think
who
we
we
got
are,
it.
what we talk about.
Good content.
So that means running through the week real quick. So, Taylor, what do you have coming up on the channel this week?
Okay. Well, okay. Should a solo thing or
Anything.
Anything.
What are
A
you
group
What are
thing?
you in?
Well, there's a couple of games that I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna record me playing that, blah blah blah. But I do have some stuff of me and Mark playing Resident Evil, and hopefully we're actually gonna be going through that some more too. So you might even expect a couple of episodes here in the next upcoming weeks. But I also want to play Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. I've never played that, and Brandon and Eric keep saying, Taylor, you need to play this stupid game. And I'm like,
it's
okay,
great.
I will play this game.
If you like it, you can get the second one.
Yes, and so I might do that, and then, I'll leave it at that for now. I might come up with some fun stuff later on down the road, but
Mark, what do you have coming up on the channel?
I have, like Taylor said, we have that Resident Evil content that we recorded. I do want to see about playing Borderlands 2. Taylor and I did try to play that the other day, but some kind of lag in connection was just total shit. So we'll possibly see about doing that again. And so far, that's what I have. We'll see if anything fun and quirky comes up.
Sweet. Ambrose.
At this point, it's just really I'm going through and starting my Let's Play on the Nathan Drake collection. So, hopefully we get some.
Uncharted 1, right?
Yes. Yeah. I started with the first one.
Don't start with the third one.
No. I start with the first one. I'm gonna do it right. Start with the first one, go all the way up to the fourth one. But at this point, I played through, and the next thing I knew, it was like chapter 3 or whatever in the game, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
So episode 1, most of your episodes will probably end up encountering multiple chapters.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. But at this point, I stopped playing it, and now I just kind of want to get back in playing it. But I already started recording it, so now it's just going to be a giant Let's Play. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Sweet. Braden, what do you have coming up?
So, like I kind of mentioned earlier, I'm going to play Cat Lateral Damage. Really quirky game. I'm excited to play that. That's basically what I have going this week. Working on some new content for you guys in the future. So you'll be seeing that probably the week after this.
Cool. And me, personally, haven't quite decided which thing I'm going to upload this week. It will either be Wolf Among Us Part 2 or Episode 2. It's weird because that game's in episodes, so if I call it Episode 2, it's followed by Episode 2 or something like that. It's weird. So I'll probably bring that this week. Of course, we're going to try and get a party game going, which will probably be Fibbage or You Don't Know Jack or something stupid like that. We can Gang Beasts, we talked about doing that. Push Me, Pull You.
Oh, push me.
We'll figure out a good party game that'll be hilarious because all of us and our personalities will...
We are terrible human beings.
Yeah, it'll be entertaining, that's for sure. And then, so other than that, I think Taylor and I are going to work on a Civilization
Yeah.
thing.
Play some
That'll be
Civ.
fun. And Ambrose might join in on that. Anyone
Yeah,
else?
I'll probably join it a little later. So
Tits.
Read us.
Read us.
Inside jokes. Yay!
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Just be aware that these podcasts come out every Monday. And I guess this is signing out from Mark, Ambrose, Braden, Eric, and Taylor.
He started on my name. He forgot it.
I don't think
If you've made it this
Bye,
far,
guys.
congratulations.
Yes, if you've made it this far, thank you very much. As Mark said, every Monday a new podcast will come out. And we hope you
Shit,
guys
shit,
like
dick
it.
in my ass.
Quote.
I guess we'll end it at shit, dick in my ass. Bye, guys.
Thank you.